Hold it still, get on that chair, and then come. All right, come on up, come closer, come closer. All right, everybody, sorry we're late this morning. A lot of different things happening on the property. We've had some births this morning. We had twin Barbados sheep that were born. We had a Patagonian cavy born. And in addition to that, 200 other animals to check on, 80 some odd different species. And we have a team of people, and sometimes we're behind schedule, but that's our wild life, so to say. So today, the point of this video is more or less to give you a bit of an update on what's going on, debunk some of the rumors, some of the myths, educate you a little bit of exactly what we're dealing with, and then tell you actually how you can support us. Because right now there's a major fraudulent wave of things happening, and we don't want that to continue, and we don't want anybody to be taken advantage of. So we're going to start out with emails. A lot of you are emailing us. We appreciate that. That's nice. We have to ask you to stop. It's starting to become so overbearing that we're not able to continue the task we need to do. We have an entire park to get open by May 13th and a baby giraffe on the way. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your concerns. You have to have faith in us. We have a trained team. We have trained veterinarians. We know what we're doing. We appreciate you being watchdogs out there for the fraudulent sites. We're watching them too. We have a whole team dedicated to that now. Again, we appreciate your emailing us, but they can please subside. The emails I do like to get, the positives, those are awesome also. And there's plenty, tons of them, way outnumbering any of the concerns. However, thank you. Comment on our Facebook. We do read through those at 3 in the morning when we can't sleep and we're watching the giraffe cam ourselves, okay? So, food and feeding. And these are going to be some of the questions you've posted on last night's Facebook post. Our giraffes eat on average of anywhere from 20 to 30, even sometimes 40 pounds of hay a day. That hay is a very rich green colored hay, and on some of your webcams, that might come through as dark. So when I get emails that the giraffe stall is flooded or the giraffe is standing up to its ankles in manure, that's not manure, that's not water, it's their hay. Now that hay is from this shared feeder that's right up here. Alyssa, can you get that? Thank you. Now that is a shared hay feeder. That is not Oliver's main source of food. That is not April's main source of food. It's almost like an enrichment item that we provide so they can communally graze in that space. You'll notice that April spends more time throwing that hay over her head and giving herself hay showers, which she has done since the day she's got here, to play around and mess around. That is not their main consumption. They have dedicated feeders on each side of their exhibits that are out of the camera's view. All I can encourage is that there's a whole world still around us outside of that webcam view. There are feeders, there are enrichment items that you don't see, but rest assured, they're getting their food. We feed our giraffes. And the one thing I find interesting is I've only had 2 emails to ask us where their water is. So everyone's worried about the food, but not the water. The water is also out of sight. Again, it's that reassurance that everything is under control. We don't have these beautiful animals in the wonderful condition they're into a pregnancy this long by not doing the job correctly, all right? The next thing, birth intervention. A lot of people are concerned, like, oh, April's taking too long. She's a month past due. What are you going to do to intervene? The timeline is obviously wrong a little bit at this point. And to elaborate on that, we observed breeding behavior in about mid-October. Now, that does not mean just because they bred, they conceived. Just like any other animal and humans, conception doesn't occur each time. Thank God, all right? So if anything, maybe we missed a cycle, all right? Cycles are every 17 days, so maybe 17 days past what we thought will be the due date. Or if they miss that cycle, it might be 34 days past that. What we have to base it on, what our vets base it on, is physical condition. That is the most accurate way to assess her progress. With the mammary development, with her back end loosening and engorging, with her belly rounding out, those are the signs of late pregnancy. No, labor has not started. We did not make that media headline. The media made that headline, which is attributed to the giraffe hysteria that we're under right now, which is exciting. From all around the world, people are reaching out, which is cool. But her water has not broke. She is not yet in labor. And she certainly has not had a calf yet. There's a rumor she already had her calf. That's not the case. She's very pregnant, and she's very at late end of pregnancy now. Okay, the next thing, the intervention. So say we go into the birthing process and there's a concern. People wonder, maybe the calf's positioned wrong. What are you going to do? And maybe that's why it's taking so long. That's That's an issue we address when the time comes. Our vet team is on hand during that birth to manage and mitigate any problems that might be. Giraffes, not being a really domesticated species, they generally birth on their own without issue. The biggest concern would be in the event the neck is in the wrong position, which if we have to, the drugs are on hand to sedate and reposition a calf and try to make everything right. Now keep in mind, it's a natural process. As much as we would like to think it's going to be a perfect world, tragedy could strike. We don't feel that way, but it is a reality, all right? We will address those concerns as they come. You don't have to address them with us. Trust us, we have a whole team that's here ready and prepared in the event we have an issue. Calf placement. A lot of people are asking about the baby. If it's a male, can it stay? If it's a female, can it stay? It cannot stay. And that's simply because it undermines the whole purpose of what we're doing here. A calf is produced and it will naturally wean from mom. Now, that 6 to 10 month timeline, we've gotten a lot of slack over that. That is the average weaning period in certain zoological settings that a calf weans itself out. It might take longer. We're not going to make the baby wean off. It's a matter of time. When baby is ready to transition, then it will transition. And it will go to another facility to join their breeding program. If we retain that calf, that means we have to get rid of Oliver or we have to get rid of April. So which one would it be? Which one do you want to leave? We don't want either of them to leave. So by placing that calf elsewhere, we're able to retain our adults for their longevity, for their lifespan, to stay with us here at our park. They are our family members just as much as any other animal on the property, whether it's a wolf, whether it's a water buffalo, or whether it's a kangaroo. They all have a name, a story, and an attachment to us, okay? The stall size. We have some of the largest stalls that we have ever seen. The square footage per giraffe in these spaces is very large. I encourage you to look at other giraffe cams around the country in different zoological institutions. You'll see our giraffe stalls are very, very large. Now, some of you are concerned they don't ever go outside. Sure they do. The doors are open right now. But she's not going outside. We can't make them go outside. You have to understand, we're in upstate New York, so when the temperatures are just not right or there's a slip and fall hazard in the yard, we look out for their best interest, and we have to keep them safe. So the decisions we make are based on a lot of variables that maybe you don't realize at home. But trust us, we are doing what we have to do to keep their best interests in mind. Now, the naming contest. People are asking, how do I vote for the name? How do I vote for the name? The naming contest isn't up yet. That will be up post-birth. It's not up yet because simply we're a little superstitious. You don't count your chickens before they hatch. Once that baby is born, once we know the gender, then we'll put that out there. And then you'll be able to vote. And we'll have those links on our official pages. Don't go anywhere else. We will link you to all the stuff that is officially sanctioned by Animal Adventure. Enrichment. Oh, they must be bored in those stalls. That's not the case again. A giraffe, a beautiful, majestic animal, but they have an attention span of about 15 seconds, and that's proven. It is very evident to their trainers because to get a giraffe to train, we can target train them and use positive reinforcement practices, but really, they're motivated by food. So our giraffes, they do have puzzle feeders. They have multiple feeding points in their exhibits. They have interaction with their keepers. That's what keeps them happy. And then all summer long, they're out there with our guests. If a giraffe was bored or distressed, they certainly wouldn't be breeding. They certainly wouldn't be behaving the way that you see on the webcam. They're happy. These are happy animals. And I think that's evident in the interactions that they have with our keepers, which you're going to meet here pretty soon. Getting up and down. I have people that email me at 6 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning, that April is struggling to get down. Ladies out there, if you've been 9 months pregnant and you had to bend over and tie your shoes, it's hard. All right, my wife, she can agree with that. It's a pregnant giraffe. She's going to struggle a little bit differently when she positions and sits down and lays down. One of the questions is, what is she doing with her back leg? Is her back leg lame? Is it hurt? No, she's bending over to pick up hay, and when she does that, she's balancing, and that leg is swinging out there to keep her upright and prevent a fall. So that's a new behavior. Normally, a giraffe spreads its front legs out and reaches all the way down. Well, guess what? Her belly no longer permits that. Her stomach would touch her knees before she got down anywhere close to floor level. Now, why is she eating hay off the floor? It's her prerogative. Her feeders are filled. If we spoke giraffe, maybe we'd even know when the due date was. Now, let's bring the keepers on. We have a lot of you asking about Alyssa, who is our zoologist on site. She's been with us now a few years, and she's that famous young lady that's always in the giraffe stall getting kisses. She's thrilled right now. To April. we want her to at least sit down here and answer a few questions for you, get a face to the name, and don't be nervous, Alyssa. All right, so I'm going to switch seats with her real quick and take over. Oh, a lot of hearts, Alyssa.
Oh boy, hi guys.
Why are you so red? I'm kidding. All right, Alyssa, tell us, where did you go to school for zoology?
So I went to SUNY Oswego in their zoology program, and I have my bachelor's degree.
And how long have you worked here at Animal Adventure?
It will be 2 years in May.
All right, and we know you love your giraffes, but what is your dream animal?
My dream animal, rhinos.
All right, now where did what experience do you have? Why rhinos?
So right before my senior year at Oswego, I ended up doing an internship in South Africa working in the Kruger system. And I worked in rhino conservation, got hands-on, got to radio tag them, and I absolutely fell in love.
Excellent. Now, what can you tell us, let's see here, about April? How can you elaborate on the relationship you have? Because people are astounded, and actually a lot of other facilities have reached out to us, and they're shocked at how calm April is, but also how she reacts with you. What can you say about that?
April has been really great since the start. She does things in her own time, and I'm not sure what it was, but she's connected both with myself and Cory, the other keeper you see in that giraffe stall with her. She's just been really great, and I don't know what it is, but we've hit it off, and as you can see, we just have a phenomenal relationship.
All right, and Alyssa, anything else you want to add?
Oh, be patient, guys. We're trying. If we knew the date, we'd let you know, but we don't, and we're waiting just as patiently as you are.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so everybody, that was Alyssa, and she's, like I said, our primary giraffe keeper. And we're going to bring in Cory next, and he's that secondary keeper. We had a lot of people yesterday kind of wondering who that guy was, or that kid. Well, Cory's not a kid, and he is the secondary backup keeper here at Animal Adventure, and when Alyssa has a day off, because she does have a day off, Cory takes over. So Cory, take a seat. Very good. Now, Cory, how many years have you worked with Animal Adventure?
This will be my 4th season.
Okay, so Cory's been here kind of since the beginning. We're going into our 5th season. So Cory just missed the first one, but he didn't miss much. He actually joined on as the park was growing and excelling. Now, Cory, what is your favorite animal here at the park to work with?
I can't pick a favorite, but I do have a few that I love working with. Obviously our giraffes and all of our carnivores. I really have an attachment with them.
Okay, if you had to pick one of our carnivores, who is it?
Zuri the hyena.
Zuri the spotted hyena. I agree with you on that statement. All right, Cory, so you are an alum of what high school locally here?
I graduated from Johnson City.
Okay. And Cory, what are your aspirations? What do you want to do with this work, this tutelage that you're getting here at the park?
Well, right now I'm getting great experience, getting everything I need to know, and eventually, hopefully, I will own my own zoo.
That's a pipe dream. No, we're gonna make sure he gets there, and hopefully someday I can partner with him for that. So, all right, Cory, thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
Very good. All right, so those are some of the faces behind the scenes here at the park. Now, to get down to a little bit more of the pressing issue that's kind of going on that we really want to address today, with the popularity, with the millions, hundreds of millions, if not a billion views we have at this point, it's gained a lot of attention and, of course, a lot of fraudulent sites that are popping up and claiming things. Number one, there is only one official April the Giraffe clothing line and website to order that from. Anybody else that's claiming to be donating back to the park or launching their own designs, we really can't tell them not to, but no one has really cleared that with us. And if they're saying they're sending donations back to us, it's news to us. So be vigilant on where you're purchasing your items. Next, there's a lot of questions about the giraffe emojis, giraffemoji.com. That is a partnership with us and that company. So yes, go to that site, that app. You can download it in the Apple Store and have fun with it. And in fact, we'll probably have a contest coming up here that if you change your profile picture to a giraffe emoji or something, heck, let's give them a season pass or something like that. So we're going to come up with something, and if you're not local, we'll send you a care package full of April goods, all right? So there's some motivation to get on there and support that giraffe emoji, because those proceeds actually come right back here to the giraffes. And now the other thing is the GoFundMe account. CBS Denver reached out to us and said, we have hundreds of people getting a hold of us that want to donate to the park and support the giraffes. And from day one, we've been very clear and very pointed that we are a for-profit facility. There's no hiding that, and we're not trying to kind of slide that under the rug. That's what we are here. If you feel the need and want to sponsor our giraffes, then you can go to the GoFundMe page that is linked from our website, and you can support us there. Those funds, it specifically says in there that they're going to offset our annual budget. Our annual budget on these giraffes is somewhere up around $50,000 a year just to care for them. If we reach that goal, great. If we go beyond it, that'll allow us to put in permanent giraffe cams and add different additions to their exhibit space. Now, if that goal is not met, that doesn't mean they're not going to get the care. It's not going to mean anything changes. It just simply means that they didn't get the full sponsorship. And that's fine. That's fine. It's just a means of which people that geographically cannot get to the park to support us, that's a way to do it if you're so compelled to do so. Now, how do you, and also YouTube. We have a lot of YouTube sites that have been streaming our stuff have been shut down. The specific site for our giraffe cam will be listed on the website as well, and we're going to announce a new website here in a minute. If you go to that website, you're going to always get our affiliated stuff. There is a specific YouTube page out there that has somebody on there claiming to be a volunteer at our park and giving out false information. We have no volunteers. I said we're a for-profit. There are no volunteers at our park, and our keepers and our staff here, guest services and animal care, we only participate in the sanctioned live chats on our YouTube channel each night, and we announce those. Usually they're out around 8 to 9 p.m. That's the only place you're going to find Animal Adventure members giving accurate information. So if you want live updates, that's the best way to do it. Also, our Facebook page has a morning and an evening update as well to kind of give you what's going on. Now, as we get to the end of term here, some of those updates are going to be redundant. I had a woman email me last night to tell me I was a fake and a fraud and a scam artist because the updates weren't progressing as much as she had liked. We can't force anything to happen. And when we update you as much as people are demanding, we don't want to make things up. So if we tell you there's no change, that just simply means there's no changes. That doesn't mean anything's wrong. It's just, that's where it's at for the time being. So the big announcement this morning to stay up with exactly what's happening here at the park and to support the sanctioned avenues of which to help our giraffes in the facility here, we have launched aprilthegiraffe.com. aprilthegiraffe.com has our link to our live feed, a link to our website, a link to giraffemoji.com, and also a link to our apparel store. That is your safe haven for all things animal adventure, and hopefully that'll put the kibosh on a lot of these fraudulent pages and avenues that are popping up almost hourly at this point in time. So again, it's aprilthegiraffe.com. Stay with us there. And I guess we can consider this a little bit of a morning update. Here's April. She's doing good. She's large. She's still in charge. And no baby yet. Progression is normal. We've checked in with the vet this morning. Everything's on point. It's just kind of a waiting game at this point in time. So be patient. We can't force anything to happen. As you can see, her door's open right now to allow her outside time. We have some dropping temperatures and storms coming in today. So we're actually going to shut that shortly, give Oliver some yard time, get a full clean out. And we encourage you, if you have the time, sit and watch us. If you don't have the time to watch the cam, don't put your life on hold. And certainly don't complain to me about your lack of time management anymore. I can't change anything. So in closing, I simply would like to thank all of you, the hundreds of millions of you around the world that are supporting us, that are rooting us on, giving our team the credit they deserve, and supporting our giraffes. And hopefully, soon enough, we will welcome a third giraffe to the family. Thank you guys. Have a great day.